What is up, guys? We are back here working on the 1973 Datsun 240Z, and like I said last time, I would show you the whole rear end installed, which it is. It looks really nice. All urethane bushings installed, the new struts as you saw last time. Everything is now mounted up there permanently. So, and we are going to be moving on to the front. Okay, but I did encounter an issue, and that is with the left side strut. The strut cartridge was actually seized inside there, so I guess over time, this is actually the new strut, but over time when the little seal fails and then the oil starts leaking out, just like I showed you before, fills this tube up, but also dirt, debris, and all the elements get in there as well. So it actually rusted the body of the strut inside of the tube, and I let it soak in penetrating oil for quite a while, like over a week, and still nothing. Put a slide hammer on it, nothing. So what we wound up doing was actually having to cut around it and extract it, but it was pretty bad in there. As you can see, that's pretty much from me sanding and filing everything down so that the new strut actually glides in smoothly. So now what I have to do is very carefully weld this thing back together, because I don't want it to warp and then it tweaks and then I get nowhere, and this will not fit down the tube anymore. So we're just prepping it up, getting it ready for me to tack. I was going to install some sort of sleeve to kind of reinforce it, but I'm having trouble locating an inner diameter size for this. So, because obviously all this stuff is metric tubing, so it gets to be a little bit challenging to find the tube to play friendly with this, but it's okay. I'll go ahead and weld that on up. The gauge on this steel is actually pretty thick, so I'll probably yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and grind a bevel into it so I can fill it in, and then we'll grind it smooth just so it looks nice and smooth again. So let's go ahead and do that. Alright guys, and there we have it. I went ahead and welded up the tube and ground it down just a little bit, not too much, just to kind of leave it low. Like, it almost looks like a factory weld. And obviously we painted over it so it wouldn't rust. So what I'm going to do now, I already put in the new strut and the new Tokiko lowering spring. Now what we're going to move on to is a minor or mild brake upgrade. What we'll be doing is swapping the non-vented, non-cross-drilled rotors out for a set of non-vented cross-drilled rotors, and go ahead and repack the bearings. And also we'll be installing the Toyota 4-piston caliper. So let me go ahead and disassemble everything, and then I will show you what's up with that. Alright guys, so I went ahead and swapped out the rotor right there. That is just a 240Z upgraded cross-drilled and slotted rotor. So I went ahead and repacked the bearings too right there, and reinstalled the hub. Now to run the calipers we're going to be running on this, you can do one of two things. You can actually modify the dust shield by slicing it upward, or maybe at this angle. Maybe it's always easier probably just to chop this part off. Same thing on the lower part right here. But what we're going to actually do is remove the dust shield completely. I like the way it looks better without the dust shield. It makes it look like it has a even bigger brake kit than what it really has. So we're going to go with that. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and remove all 4 of these Phillips head screws, and remove the dust shield, reinstall the rotor, and fit up the Toyota caliper. Alright, and there we go. So we are using a, I believe it's an early to late 80s Toyota pickup truck 4x4. They came with the 4-piston caliper. The stamping on it is S12 plus 8. So now it's going to be running this Toyota factory brake pads for it. They do clear everything. It's these, one of those strange instances where this works in a factory situation. Your hardware is also reused, which is awesome. And there we go. It's a nice little upgrade. They do make the slightly larger, which I believe is a W stamp, which came on maybe from early 90s, mid 90s 4Runners that would actually require the 300ZX non-turbo, I believe, from the early 80s vented rotor. So it's definitely a lot bigger. But like this is just a complete bolt-on. You can probably get these on eBay for a pretty good price, probably cheaper than you could in a auto parts store or whatnot. And then obviously these are ordered from Amazon or eBay as well, just a regular 240Z performance rotor. So awesome. So that's pretty much it. That's your brake upgrade right there. We will see how the master, I'm sure the master cylinder on the 73 is possibly original. Maybe it's been changed one time in its life, a long time ago, but we'll see its condition. If not, we'll have to upgrade. We'll have to upgrade probably to the 15/16, which came on a 300ZX as well, or I believe a 280Z, a later model 280Z. If not, there's always the Willwood 1-inch option. So, but we'll see how the factory 7/8 bore master cylinder handles this. So cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side now, which is right down there, and get these installed, because we actually already have the cross member and lower control arms installed already inside the car at the moment. So all right, let me move on to the next one. All right, and there we go, all installed in the front. You can see how much nicer the Toyota 4-piston calipers look on the Z. Look like a massive brake upgrade. So very cost-effective upgrade, very functional upgrade as well. They stop straight. All right, cool. There we go. The Tokiko's installed. We got everything: our lower control arm, our rack and pinion, cross member, steering shaft. Everything's all lined up as good as we can get it for now. Very cool. So there we are. Very, very good. So now our next step in this would be to actually get the wheels on. We need to locate some lug nuts. We need to locate tuner style lug nuts for this. The original ones are a mag style. Those will not work with our Panasports that we have for it. So we're gonna go ahead and pick up some tuner lug nuts for it. We'll be able to put the wheels on, get it on the ground, get the Z out of here. So that way we can kind of reorganize the garage a bit, and also bring out the engine so we can start cleaning that out. We need to replace the freeze plugs on it. I got one of them that's leaking. Pretty much clean everything up. You have anything polished that needs to be polished, paint the block, all that good stuff. So looking forward to that. So right now everything's coming along great. It should be, I don't want to say downhill from here, because there might be some little problems along the way like there always is, but so most of the hard stuff is now complete on the Z. So everything is 100% urethane in the bushings. The rack and pinion bushings, I have not installed the rack and pinion urethane bushings in a long time, and from what I remember, the current ones right now are a lot, that come with the Prothane kit, are a heck of a lot stronger than I remember. I remember they used to come in 2 pieces, and they would wear out, and they'd actually spit themselves out the side of the bracket, and the rack and pinion would actually start moving. This one is super tight. So yeah, I got to give it a Prothane that, they have a good rack and pinion bushing set now. Cool. We also changed the steering coupler. Now that is urethane as well. So yeah, it looks good. It's all nice and touched up, all black. I might have to touch up a few spots like over here, so which is fine. So yeah, thank you for hanging in there with us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave any comments you have below, or let your hate flow. All right, we'll see you next time with the Z outside and the engine in the middle of the garage.